The second week of Advent. Just to recap from the first week of Advent. To remind you, I have chosen to focus on the often missed gift of the Church, the O antiphons. Well, at least 3 of them. Last week, I briefly reflected on the non-traditional antiphon of O Madonna, O Mary. This week, I would like to focus briefly upon the O antiphon dedicated to wisdom. O wisdom, you come forth from the mouth of the Most High God. In his letter to the Colossians, St. Paul writes, "We ask God to fill you with the knowledge of his will, with all the wisdom and understanding that the Spirit of God gives." Sisters and brothers, we are all called to live as children of God. To live as God's children is to be infused with God's wisdom. Not the wisdom of an academic degree, but with the wisdom of God. The world of Jesus' time was not so much different from our own. Human nature tends not to change that much. Unfortunately for us, Jesus understood human nature very well. With Isaiah and the Advent prophets of the Old Testament, with Mary, with John the Baptist, St. Paul, they all cry out to recognize the signs of our times, to be alert and perceive how dangerously our world is disfigured, cracked by the absurdity of a contemporary wisdom, the depersonalization of the unborn, the lack of civil conversations, degradation of human dignity, inadequate concern for the poor and the homeless, the elderly, the young, and the collapse of family life. God's wisdom calls forth wise men and women of every generation, of every age. God's wisdom invites you and I to share our gifts. They may not be brightly wrapped gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, but the faith, the hope, and the love those gifts symbolize, and to recognize the source of all wisdom, the Word made flesh, who dwells among us. Brothers and sisters, let us enjoy the quiet of this second week of Advent.